Vermont is a state in the New England region of the northeastern United States. It borders Massachusetts to the south, New Hampshire to the east, New York to the west, and the Canadian province of Quebec to the north. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, the state had a population of 643,503, ranking it the second least populated U.S. state. It is the nation's sixth smallest state in area. The state's capital of Montpelier is the least populous U.S. state capital. No other U.S. state has a most populous city with fewer residents than Burlington. Native Americans have inhabited the area for about 12,000 years. The competitive tribes of the Algonquian-speaking Abenaki and Iroquoian-speaking Mohawk were active in the area at the time of European encounter. During the 17th century, French colonists claimed the territory as part of New France. Conflict arose when the Kingdom of Great Britain began to settle colonies to the south along the Atlantic coast. France was defeated in 1763 in the 7 Years' War, ceding its territory east of the Mississippi River to Britain. Thereafter, the nearby British 13 colonies disputed the extent of the area called the New Hampshire Grants to the west of the Connecticut River, encompassing present-day Vermont. The provincial government of New York sold land grants to settlers in the region, which conflicted with earlier grants from the government of New Hampshire. The Green Mountain Boys militia protected the interests of the established New Hampshire land grant settlers. Ultimately, a group of settlers with New Hampshire land grant titles established the Vermont Republic in 1777 as an independent state during the American Revolutionary War. The Vermont Republic abolished slavery before any other U.S. state. It was admitted to the Union in 1791 as the 14th state. The geography of the state is marked by the Green Mountains, which run north and south up the middle of the state, separating Lake Champlain and other valley terrain on the west from the Connecticut River Valley that defines much of its eastern border. A majority of its terrain is forested with hardwood and conifers. The state has warm, humid summers and cold, snowy winters. Vermont's economic activity of $40.6 billion in 2022 ranked last on the list of U.S. states and territories by GDP, but 21st in GDP per capita. Known for its progressivism, the state was one of the first in the U.S. to recognize same-sex civil unions and marriage, has the highest proportion of renewable electricity generation at 99.9%, and is one of the least religious and least racially and ethnically diverse states. Dairy, forestry, maple syrup, and wine are important sectors in Vermont's agricultural economy. Vermont produces approximately 50% of the nation's maple syrup. The hermit thrush is a medium-sized North American thrush. It is not very closely related to the other North American migrant species of Catharus, but rather to the Mexican russet nightingale thrush. Red clover Trifolium pratense is a flowering plant in the bean family, Fabaceae. It is native to the Old World, but is also found in many other regions. Red clover is a perennial herb with hollow, hairy stems and branches. The flowers are usually rose-pink and grow in compact clusters. The seed pods are small and short, and contain kidney-shaped seeds that can be yellow to deep violet in color. The sugar maple Acer saccharum is a large, deciduous tree that is native to the hardwood forests of eastern Canada and the eastern United States. It is also known as the hard maple, rock maple, head maple, sugar tree, and bird's eye maple. The sugar maple is the primary source of maple syrup and maple sugar. The sap is collected and boiled or evaporated to make syrup, which can then be further concentrated to make sugar. There are 14 counties in the U.S. state of Vermont. These counties together contain 255 political units or places, including 237 towns, 10 cities, 5 unincorporated areas, and 4 gores. Each county has a county seat, often referred to as a shire town. In 1779, Vermont had 2 counties. The western side of the state was Bennington County, and the eastern was Cumberland County. In 1781, 3 new counties, including then called Washington, that became part of New Hampshire, were created out of Cumberland County, and the remainder of the county was renamed Windham. Today's Washington County was created in 1810 as Jefferson County. It was renamed Washington in 1814. Essex County, Orleans County, and Caledonia County are commonly referred to as the Northeast Kingdom. The FIPS county code is the 5-digit Federal Information Processing Standard FIPS code, which uniquely identifies counties and county equivalents in the United States. The 3-digit number is unique to each individual county within a state, but to be unique within the entire United States, it must be prefixed by the state code. This means that, for example, while Addison County, Vermont is 001, Belknap County, New Hampshire and Alachua County, Florida are also 001. To uniquely identify Addison County, Vermont, one must use the state code of 50 plus the county code of 001. Therefore, the unique nationwide identifier for Addison County, Vermont is 50001. The links in the column FIPS County Code are to the Census Bureau info page for that county.
Top 10 largest cities in Vermont.
Number 10. Milton, Vermont. Milton is a town in Chittenden County, Vermont, United States. As of the 2020 census, the population was 10,723. According to local legend, the town was named for the English poet John Milton, but the name most likely originated from William Fitzwilliam, 4th Earl Fitzwilliam, who held the title Viscount Milton and was a supporter of independence for the colonies during the American Revolution. Milton has a municipal building, school system, library, police force, fire department, rescue squad, several churches, as well as civic and social organizations. Number 9. Hartford, Vermont. Hartford is a town in Windsor County, Vermont, United States. It is on the New Hampshire border at the intersection of Interstates 89 and 91. It is the site of the confluence of the White and Connecticut rivers. The Ottauquechee River also flows through the town. The town is composed of 5 unincorporated villages: Hartford, Quechee, West Hartford, White River Junction, and Wilder. As of the 2020 census, the population was 10,686. Number 8. Essex Junction, Vermont. Essex Junction is a city in Chittenden County, Vermont, United States. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, the population was 10,590. It was incorporated as a village on November 15, 1892. Essex Junction became Vermont's 10th city on July 1, 2022. The city is part of the Essex-Westford Unified Union School District, which operates K-12 schools including Essex High School. The city is surrounded on 3 sides by the town of Essex or Essex Town. Essex Junction is home to Global Foundries Burlington Design Center and 200mm wafer fabrication plant. Global Foundries is the largest private employer in the state of Vermont with approximately 3,000 employees. Number 7. Essex, Vermont. Essex is a town in Chittenden County, Vermont, United States. Vermont Route 289 crosses the town from east to west. The city of Essex Junction, with a population as of 2020 of 10,590, was located within the town as an incorporated village until 2022. Number 6. Brattleboro, Vermont. Brattleboro is a town in Windham County, Vermont, United States, located about 10 miles and 16 kilometers north of the Massachusetts state line at the confluence of Vermont's West River and the Connecticut River. With a 2022 census population of 12,106, it is the most populous municipality abutting Vermont's eastern border with New Hampshire, which is the Connecticut River. The town has been important to the history of Vermont, acting as a gateway for trade on both the Connecticut River and subsequent road and train infrastructure. Moreover, the Whetstone Brook allowed the development of several mill industries that relied on water power. The town rose to national and international recognition because of several major industries in the town during the 19th century. Several bookbinding companies, including Brattleboro Typographic Company, which produced Bibles, and SD Organ, one of the largest manufacturers of pipe organs in the world. Both industries shrank in the early 20th century, relying more on its role as an economic hub for more rural communities and Vermont's tourism industry. There are satellite campuses of 2 colleges in Brattleboro: Community College of Vermont and Vermont Technical College. Located in Brattleboro are the New England Center for Circus Arts, Vermont Jazz Center, and the Brattleboro Retreat, a mental health and addictions hospital. Notable annual events include Strolling of the Heifers and the Brattleboro Literary Festival. Number 5. Bennington, Vermont. Bennington is a town in Bennington County, Vermont, United States. It is one of 2 shire towns, county seats of the county, the other being Manchester. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, the population was 15,333. Bennington is the most populous town in southern Vermont, the 2nd largest town in Vermont after Colchester, and the 6th largest municipality in the state. The town is home to the Bennington Battle Monument, which is the tallest human-made structure in the state of Vermont. The town has a long history of manufacturing, primarily within wood processing. The town is also recognized nationally for its pottery, iron, and textiles. Number 4. Rutland, Vermont. Rutland is the only city in and the seat of Rutland County, Vermont, United States. As of the 2020 census, the city had a total population of 15,807. It is located approximately 65 miles and 105 kilometers north of the Massachusetts state line, 35 miles and 56 kilometers west of New Hampshire state line, and 20 miles and 32 kilometers east of the New York state line. Rutland is the third largest city in the state of Vermont after Burlington and South Burlington. Rutland City is completely surrounded by Rutland Town, which is a separate municipality. The downtown area of the city is listed as a historic district on the National Register of Historic Places. Number 3. Colchester, Vermont. Colchester is a town in Chittenden County, Vermont, United States. As of the 2020 census, the population of Colchester was 17,524. It is the third most populous municipality and most populous town in the state of Vermont. Colchester borders Burlington, Vermont's most populous municipality, and is part of its metropolitan area. The town is directly to Burlington's north on the eastern shore of Lake Champlain, to the west of the Green Mountains. The Vermont National Guard is based in the town, and it is also home to St. Michael's College and the Vermont campus of Southern New Hampshire University. Number 2. South Burlington, Vermont. South Burlington is a city in Chittenden County, Vermont, United States. Along with neighboring Burlington, is a principal city of the Burlington metropolitan area. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, the population was 20,292, making it the second largest city in Vermont. It is home to the headquarters of Ben & Jerry's and the state of Vermont's largest mall, the University Mall. Number 1. Burlington, Vermont. Burlington is the most populous city in the U.S. state of Vermont and the seat of Chittenden County. It is located 45 miles and 72 kilometers south of the Canada and United States border and 95 miles and 153 kilometers south of Montreal. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, the population was 44,743. It is the least populous city in the 50 U.S. states to be the most populous city in its state. A regional college town, Burlington is home to the University of Vermont UVM and Champlain College. Vermont's largest hospital, the UVM Medical Center, is within the city limits. The city of Burlington owns Vermont's largest airport, the Patrick Leahy Burlington International Airport, located in neighboring South Burlington. In 2015, Burlington became the first city in the U.S. to run entirely on renewable energy.